Yo, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, episode number 11. This episode, I say this every time, but this episode is going to be, it's the most exciting for me. I'm super fired up on this episode because I'm going to implore you guys out in the YouTube community where my collection is headed. Now, you guys all know I've been doing this for about 2 months. I watched YouTube for I want to say 6 months to a year or something. I don't remember exactly when. On a different account. No one knew who I was. And since I've been, fast forward, I'm on it. You guys have been so insane. It's been so fun to watch everybody and all their collections, and it really makes you think. And then it's kind of like a keeping up with the Joneses type thing that Mangini mentioned. Your head starts spinning and you're like, oh my gosh, is my collection good? Is my collection worthy? Like, wow, oh man, I wasn't into this, I wasn't into that. This is gearing towards that, and I had to give myself, I jumped in so hard. I wanted to watch everyone's videos, so I was just like, my wife's just like, dude, you're watching a lot of videos. I'm like, I know, I want to see what these guys are collecting, and they've been really nice. I want to watch all their stuff. But I kind of had to pump the brakes a little bit, as just focus back on dude, Dylan, you got a really good collection. Rethink everything and look at your collection again and dive back in. And so I redid this wall behind me. I will show you guys that. I did a time lapse of it, so you'll see that later. But back to the whole man, I had to go back through my collection, and it was cool. I did that tabletop, and it made me go back through. I'm like, man, I really do have an awesome collection. And the last 34 years, 35 years, I've been collecting baseball cards. I haven't done vintage the entire, really nice vintage the entire time, but I've done baseball cards, and I've never got out of it. So I love my collection, but I needed to figure out where my collection was headed. And I see a lot of guys out there, they have the most incredible, you look at their displays, and then you'll see a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card. I'm just like, this is crazy. It's graded authentic, and that's another subject I'm going to touch base with tonight, and just kind of get your guys' feedback. I really, really would appreciate a little help and guidance on the value of where you guys think things are going. Is authentic worth buying? My whole life, as I see once they came out with the A on the graded things, I don't remember when it was, a few years ago or a little more than that, I just poo-pooed it. So maybe it was way long ago, but I just started seeing it. I'm like, I'm never going to buy one of those cards. And just like people would say, I'd never buy an OC card, right? I said that for years, but then I found my niche in the OC. I think the market dictates where my collection heads as well. That's got a lot to do with it. I know as a collector, I also sell baseball cards, and I love everything there is about, I want to make money on baseball cards. That's been my dream my whole life. Ever since I was little, that's all I've ever wanted to do. Have a baseball card store. That's never going to happen. I'm never going to have a baseball card store. I would never compete with the one over here. But I have always been eBay guy for 20 something years now, and I'm really diving in there. So I talked earlier about, my eBay sales is all common cards, what I consider common cards, inserts, Hall of Famers. I started listing all my Hall of Famers first. For 5 years ago, I dove straight in, gotta have 10,000 cards. I could go on how eBay, how you pay for a subscription and you get X amount of cards. So my goal is all this and this and this. And they've changed it along the way. And now I see this light at the end of the tunnel that this is going to turn into something this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I have another business, and that'll keep going, but I don't work that much. I did 20 years at one job, and I was blessed, and I worked so hard for 20 years straight. 50 hours a week. Like people say it, oh, I work 50 hours a week. And now I'm in the time of life earlier than some, so I'm just so stoked to be in it. And this isn't a brag. I'm just want to be open with you guys. You guys have been so cool to me, and I want to just share my experience in my hobby and my life, how it happened. So I want to do this full time. I want to sell baseball cards full time. But I found my niche. I want to sell commons, and I'm just working my way. So what I do is I sell all my commons, and every year I spend that exact amount of money, and normally more, on vintage collection. I've been doing that for years now. My sales have been ticking up and up. So right now, I mean, I'll just be honest with you guys. Like, I'm at last year. I think I sold $12,000 worth of commons, or about 9.5 or something on common cards. What I consider common cards. That's insane. So all that money goes back into vintage. And over the years, my collection, as you'll see, is I've always been, like I talked about it before, PSA 7. And then as I collected over the years, I started to dabble into the 6s, and then I dabbled into the 5.5s and all the 0.5s, and I got to the 5s, and I go, wow, these are really nice. These are really nice. They're not right out of a pack. Like the 7s to me are pretty much out of a pack. That's why I went down that road. And it just, fast forward now, you'll see my collection, and I am really proud of it. I have a lot of good, cool, awesome stuff. I don't have the 52 Mickey Mantle rookie card. Or not as rookie card, but, as we always, when I was a kid, it was his rookie card. I don't have Hank Aaron's rookie card, 54. I was always second year guy. I have a bunch of rookies. I have some really good stuff. But I was always collecting 7s of all of, every Hank Aaron card below his rookie and all this. And I always told myself, you'll get to those. You'll get to that stuff one day. And as far as like an investment standpoint, you might say, man, you blew it. I should have bought all those. Yeah, I should have bought all those, but I probably should have bought them all in 5s or 7s, which I always wanted to. And I had always planned on it, but now I can't attain the 7s. I can wait all year and spend all the money on one thing, like a $10,000 Babe Ruth card. But in the past, I just accumulated $50 to $100 cards. Kind of that's how I went for decades, except in 2003 when I jumped in, or 2001, right? I dove headfirst and bought Michael Jordan rookies, Wayne Gretzky's. I told myself, buy all the GOAT rookies. I bought all this stuff. I sold all that stuff. Years back, it doubled, and I go, wow, okay. I was like too scared. I wasn't like, okay, collection mode, like save these things forever. They're gonna, they doubled. So I was just like, boom. But for the, all the stuff in my PC now, it's not leaving unless I want a different card and I need to sell that to get another card. Every dollar I sell on eBay is going back into my collection. So here's where the help comes in with you guys. I have always, like I say, my collection has always been, I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody out there. I had just always been 7s and 6s, and then went down to 5s. And over the last year, with 3s and 4s, and even a couple 2s and a 1.5 I have, is because I've been watching other YouTube and learning that you don't have to have these crazy things for your collection. But it displays so well. You can have a 1 of a Mickey Mantle 52, and you can get one that looks like it's incredible. But when you get up close, it's not going to look the same. And that's a big deal to me too. When I look at a card, I look at these cards on this wall. I stand here and I stare at these things. And I know every corner on every single card. Like, that's important to me as well. But the most important thing to me is that now that I want to go into the lower grades, I want to know if I should go into the authentic side of collecting. The graded cards that say authentic across the top, always been a struggle to me. I know this isn't like whatever you enjoy. Yeah, I know that. I get it. Whatever you feel like as a collector. This is more an investment thing. When I'm spending big money on cards, which I consider, you're spending $200 on a card or more, that's big money. Spending thousands on a card, that's incredible. I'm at that point where I want to buy those big cards, and I'm torn between buying. I always wanted like a 5 of everything, but I'm starting to think that, man, just to look at it and to display it, and everything trickles down in my mind. I might, instead of buying a Hank Aaron, which is my next on my list this year, I want to own a Hank Aaron rookie card. Always wanted one. Never thought I'd ever attain it. But I've always wanted it in a 5, so that's why I never thought I'd attain it. A 5 or 6. So now I'm thinking I can get one in a 2 or a 3, and maybe even authentic. I just kind of want to get your guys' feedback on what you guys think value is in the word authentic. Is that something that is gonna have value later? You guys think that's gonna go up with the 2s and the 1s and the stuff that is not altered? I'm starting to turn the corner of like, dude, it's okay. I think authentic's gonna be worth money down the line. I think that you can buy an authentic Hank Aaron rookie card at, say, $1,600, or you could buy a 5 at, say, or let's say a 4 at $4,000. Okay, I think in the long run the $4,000 card's going to be worth more than the authentic, but I still think that authentic can go from the the $1,400 price tag or whatever I gave it to $3,500. I think the $4,000 one might go to like 12 or higher. So that's kind of where I'm torn. I'm still gonna, right now I'm still haven't pulled the trigger on a single authentic card except for the autographs, but as far as the grade goes, I haven't yet. So I'm at that step where, which way do I go? And I thought I'd ask you guys for the help. Excuse me. It's hot in here and I'm drying up. So that's where I'm at today, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. And then I got, obviously, when I do my shows, I just want you guys to have a lot to look at. So we're obviously not going to go through detail in every one of these cards like I normally probably would, but it gives you guys something to look at while I'm just blowing steam out of my mouth. And so with all that said, I'm going to take you guys in on a couple of these cards and just, check them out. And any card I see, I'll talk about it a little bit. And then at the end, I'll show you guys I took this down and put it back up. All different cards except for maybe 5 or 6 I duplicated. Some I just always got to have showing. I'm like, oh, I got to have the 56 Mantle. Got to have my Jackie Robinson 54. Just certain cards that I just got to have up there. But I also take a lot down that I really love to look at just to okay, you can show it later. These cards for this, to talk about the wall a little bit before I dive in here. I was thinking for the last 2 months about what I was going to do on this wall. And I was like, dude, you're thinking too much about it. And I used to do this when I started this. I built this wall a couple years ago. I have had mini walls and things my whole life, like in closets and then once I broke it out, my wife's like, wow, I didn't know. She's like, I never seen that one. I go, well, never really let the cat out of the bag until a couple months ago, right? Or, once I built this, but it's like, wow, you have all new cards. I was going to do something crazy, and I'm not going to bring that up because I'll probably do that one day. But sometimes I just go random. So I just pulled out, I think this thing holds 90 something cards. I just pulled out 90 cards out of books and I shuffled them up and I put them up there. And I just love it because it's like walking into a shop every day. I come home from work and I stand here and I just just go, whoa, oh my gosh, you have this Bob Gibson rookie card? Look at that thing, is beautiful. And then you, Monty Irving, you got this, you got that, and you're, and I just love it. And it just brings the joy back out in it. And after, you know, that whole like keeping up with the Joneses thing, it was a well-needed thing for me to just go like, wow, you have a good collection, and just be proud of it and show it off and have a good time with it. And now I can employ your guys' help on my future endeavors. Not the cards I'm going to buy, but like what you guys think are of value in the future. So yeah, man, I've been having so much fun with this. So as you see here, let's see, dive into a couple of these right here. You guys have seen this, Ted Williams. All these, you know, 58s, graded cards, like this Don Newcomb here. All these were from a collector over here that I've gotten to know over the years for the last 4 or 5 years, and I've been buying his cards up, and he's had this really cool book, and I just keep peeling them out of there. This Monty Irving right here, Topps card. I purchased this after watching YouTube for a while, and this is, you know, one of my early 3s right here. I don't remember if I've showed this off or not. But yeah, let's like, when I look at a 3, you can get a really nice, like, as long as it looks really good, you know, I can display it up a little higher. But when I look up close on 3s, yeah, I do like the 7s, I do like the 8s, I do like the 6s. I like the pointy corners, you know, I do like that, and I like the vibrant color. But you can get that in those lower grades. So I'm, you know, like I said, I'm turning a little bit. And then you got this Yogi Bear. I had this displayed on the wall for the last few years. I'm going to show you guys this up close. You'll see it. It's just, I just love this card. This is one of the best 53 Topps out there. I would vote this maybe behind the Matthews and the Mantle, and then Whitey Ford, and then this one. Just as far as like, I don't know, it's just magical. It's so sick. Gosh, that's a sick card. I love that card. That's a pretty magical card. This card right here, I pulled this in a pack. George Grantham. Never looked him up. Never, you know, I don't know if he was a good player or anything, but I pulled this in a pack back in probably like 2008. I don't remember what it was out of, but they repackaged them in like Topps Allen and Ginter or something else. It was a different one. I forgot what it was, but pulled that. That was classic. This Gene Baker card. How cool is this card right here? 1955 Bowman. I better sit back down. You guys probably can't even see my face. Start that again. Gene Baker. How cool is this card? You have the... it's got a Band-Aid over his eye. I mean, how cool is that? That's so crazy. That's an oddball card right there. That's pretty random. You got the, I bet you a couple guys out there, maybe you haven't seen this card. That's a pretty cool card right there. Let's see, what else I gotta look over. Don Newcomb, this is one of the first 55 Bowmans too. One of the first ones I purchased raw. Beautiful card from the collector about 5 years ago. Just like a lot of you guys, 55 Bowman, it wasn't my thing. I was like, those TVs are ugly. It was like, no way, I'm never getting those. That set has totally turned on me. It's one of my favorite sets now. I absolutely adore this set. I think maybe because I dove more into the 60s and realized like the TV was like the iPod of the era, you know? It's like color television come to life. So I love this card, and I love 55 Bowman. San Jethro, this is a 4. Man, what a beautiful card. What a beautiful card. I bought this card because a couple of books I read, he kept talking about Sam and in all the books. He always has a mention in all the 50s books, and it's just, man, what an incredible player. So that was a really cool card, and a very inexpensive card too, still. Gil Hodger, I've had this card for a long time right here. This is a beautiful card. This is one of the first Bowman, 52 Bowman that I purchased in a grade, and I just thought it was lovely. Way before he retired or got in the Hall of Fame. Gosh, that card's sick. I look on that wall and I go, wow, what a nice looking card. Just a beautiful card. What a beautiful card. You guys seen this one before. I had it on my wall on this side before. This is a really cool card, though. Geez, Mikey actually has this one autographed too, which is so funny. Is I have another one of his autographs. I guess it's not that it's common to have like, oh, everybody's got this card, yeah, but not everybody has that exact card autographed. So it's cool, so cool to see other like-minded people out there and like, wow, he sought after that card like I did. This was, Bobby Shan's MVP 1952, and I know that from my 75 Topps MVP series that I collect. So yeah, that's a super cool card, and I just love when they write extra things on there. The 1952 AL MVP. I mean, how sick is that? The guy sat in front of this and he wrote that down. I really love autographs that tell a different story than just the signature. At least he wrote something on there. I really like that. And then go back to the collection thing. It's like, yeah, collected cards like this right here, like just high end. I mean, I would consider this high end. Sheldon Jones, I always just needed like sixes and stuff. Like, I don't know why, I just the way they look. But now I'm getting back in there. Like Pee Wee Reese, I got that on the wall. Some more commons, sevens. This one you guys have seen. And then this is my book of, I think, 58 to 59 right here. So I got just some really cool cards in here. You guys, little T's there. I don't even know if you can see them. Bend down. Yeah, I got a whole book of those ones. Of the 50s. They're just magical. What do we got up here? Oh yeah, just some really cool cards. I mean, look at, I'm obsessed, right? I love doubles. I love Ted Williams. I have a couple of that one too. One on the wall. I don't want to go show you guys all my cards in the 58, 59, but skip some. I gotta show those off another time. Got that one on the wall. Got some doubles there. So you guys seen that one? Yeah, well, you guys seen, yeah, I think that's kind of all I want to talk about for these cards that I'm showing here. Man, I'm just really thrilled to be on here and to have you guys enjoy my content, and the stuff that I'm putting out means a lot to me. Just really exciting for me to get to enjoy baseball cards with other fellow collectors, and that means so much to me. It's the first time ever in my life, so this is just fantastic. And yeah, you guys can help me out. Give me some comments on the authentic. What do you guys think? You guys think those things are going to be, is it a good investment? For me, investment has a huge amount to do with buying a card over, a $200 card or more. Huge. So I'm a collector too, but I need it to be worth money. I mean, I'm not gonna say the word. Yeah, I'm not just gonna buy a $1,000 baseball card if it's not gonna be worth. I don't think it's gonna be worth $1,000 one day. Like, I don't care if it goes up, but it'd be nice. I think you'd be kidding yourself if you don't want your cards to go up. And if you don't, then that's fine. That's totally cool. But I'm still a pure collector, but I'm also a realist as far as, like, I'm putting money into this. I'm putting my wife's money into this. I want these things to go up in value. And it's okay. I'll just keep collecting, like I said in the beginning. I don't want them to go down. I don't want them to have a correction. I don't want that stuff. Like, I know a lot of collectors out there want it to go down so they could buy more. I don't want that. I want them to keep going up. I'll keep buying them. But if these things triple in value tomorrow, man, that's awesome. We're all, like, all of us collectors that have this collection, just that more secure in our, situation in life. And our wives can sell our collections one day, or our husbands. I don't see any problem with meshing, collecting, and investing in the same time. And I think you can collect anything you want. You can buy a $2 card and know there's no money to be had. And I do that all the time. But when you're spending $200 on a card, I hope you think I hope you want it to go up. I mean, I guess I don't care what you guys do. I want it to go up. If I buy something for $200 or $100, dude, please double. So yeah, enough talking for me. I mean, gosh, thanks you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing, and keep subscribing. I'm gonna do a giveaway at 500. I've been pressured in, and I go, dude, it does sound fun. I'm gonna do something cool. I'm just brainstorming. I don't know how far that is away, but man, you guys have been subscribing, so it's really, I'm like, wow, I thought maybe I have like 100 followers in like 2 years. I was just doing this just like, dude, why not? I want to get my eBay, my 31414 sports card eBay store blowing up. I want to sell everybody comments, and I figure this is a good way to enter that, and a good way for me to share my collection up front of that. I want to just, like, man, I want to blow up. I want to sell baseball cards for a living and collect all this stuff for the rest of my life. So yeah, okay, boom. I'm going to send you guys to this excellent wall, and I'm going to show you a time lapse. It's only a 2-minute time lapse, one down, one up. And then I'm going to do some really cool, like, I don't know, probably do some music or something, and do a little, just a semi close up running down the wall so you guys can see what I just put up there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and please leave me comments and let me know what you guys think about Authentic. Do you buy them? Do you not? What grades do you guys buy? And why? And do you think they're going to be worth money in the future, or are there just too many of them floating around and altered cards aren't going to be worth anything? Keep with the higher grades, or keep with just graded cards. 1s, 2s, 3s, all of them trickle up. Let me know. Okay, thanks guys. Triple shaka and subscribe, and check out my eBay 31414 sports cards. I'm going to be listing some vintage stuff. I'm going to be pulling stuff from my PC and selling it so I could buy some more stuff. I've already committed to that in my mind. There's stuff that I can get rid of, that I want to get different stuff, and I'm not going to regret it one day. So check it out. Boom. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching, and check out the wall. Shaka.